Let's talk about remote temperature monitoring for your fridge or freezer with notifications sent directly to your phone when the temperature rises above a certain threshold. Do I even need to explain why this is important? Well, there are dozens of reasons, but we can save that for another time. For now, let's get straight to the point. In practice, I've been monitoring temperatures in various fridges and freezers for years. And not just in fridges and freezers. Devices you saw earlier, they are iSocket smart plugs and the iSocket temperature sensor specific. Here is how it looks on the phone, so I can see that minus 16 degrees Celsius now. They are in the freezer, and I set notifications for minus 13. I can change this value, but no, I don't want to show this. And here in the log file I can see when I had a temperature rise. At minus 12 and 5 I was notified by email. I can also configure a text, WhatsApp, call, and some kind of integrations with webhook. You can see quite often I receive notifications. Here is actually another nice temperature data log, or they call it iSocket historical temperature data kind of log, and a nice graph where you can collect the temperature inside your freezer every certain period. In my case I set it, please Lord, every 1 minute. I had it every 10 minutes, but I decided to monitoring every 1 minute. For now, to see these peaks, it is either the open door or it might be something with the compressor, because it is old, and that's why I receive notifications. We can also here see for example for today only. Let's see if there is some peaks. Did I click it or not? For today, yeah, okay, here is some rise. It probably was loading of the freezer, or the opposite, when someone take food from there and keep the door open. So this is for last 3 hours. But the purpose of this video is not just to show off these solutions. The actual goal is quite specific, just like this sensor. Here I've got a disassembled freezer, and if I manage to repair this, there will be a video about that. Link will be in the description. For several years I've been monitoring the temperature in this freezer. How did I install the sensor? Well, the same way you saw in the start of this video, through the door ceiling, here door gasket, but it's not very convenient and leaves a gap. When I disassembled this freezer, I accidentally discovered that this sealant or gasket for cable entry points are actually made of something like modeling clay. Yeah, so that gave me a crazy idea to provide the temperature sensors through them. I'm shooting my videos without scripts, and so I will be trying this together with you right now in real time, and if it doesn't work, you will never see this video. But the funny part is, since you are watching it now, that must mean... let me try poking this gasket sealant with a screwdriver first and see if the idea works at all. Super! Look, it went through. It goes through. Yeah, well, seems like the idea will work. Actually, it would be more convenient to secure the sensor over here. Not secure, but actually just more convenient. But on another side, it's somewhere there. And I actually can't remove this part. So I'll take the sensor from here rather than from there. And let's see if I need to unscrew this part. How would you call this? Radiator? Yeah, I decided to provide the sensor from this side, the sensor there, rather than this socket from the opposite side, because it will be dirty then. I need to clean, and I need to pull all 3 meters of the cable, 10 feet. I don't like this, so yeah, I want to, with one hand it's not so easy. I want to push this sensor through here, and that's why I will lose it now. And let's see carefully. Okay, yeah, nice. Oops. Yeah, guys, I have enough room to walk. Now when I undo these 2 screws, I don't want to touch the bottom part, otherwise I can damage this. I won't show you the rest, but I think you got the idea, sorry. So I will carefully try my walk here now to put it through, and will show you the result. Well, I managed to show this to you, and first I was a little bit concerned about how good is this sealing, but guys, it's actually good. You can take this clay from here a lot, and you can do this sealing, so it's really easy. I will finish now. No problems at all, very easy. Yeah, I'm excited. Now a couple tires here. I think it's not a problem to fix them here, and we are done here. So you won't break heat or cold insulation anymore by pulling this cable, because it's on tires here. So we are done here, that's it. And regarding the inner part, I decided to provide it on this length so that I can place it at any point I wish. I don't know yet where. Well, guys, I'm so excited about this idea, and I'm so happy that this freezer broken. Yeah, well, otherwise I would continue monitoring through the door sealing. It sometimes fall out and I receive false notifications, so this is really awesome. So the next challenge is to repair this freezer. Right now I honestly don't know if I will succeed, but even if I don't, this is still a handy idea, so feel free to like this video and subscribe for more tips. Meanwhile, I'm waiting a week or so for a replacement part for this section, a power supply. But here is the twist. You will find out how it all ends right now. Again, right now. Great! I managed to repair it. The link will be in the description, so let's jump back in time and see how the temperature sensor, this temperature sensor, ended up to be there. Now I will show you briefly how to install this wall. I decided that I will drill the hole, additional hole here, like extra, a little bit wider, because I don't want to do it through, I don't want to press the cable. So I'm pretty sure that it doesn't affect anything. Probably. Maybe. Perhaps. I'm almost sure. Yeah, I guarantee. No problems. I hope my wife will not notice this. Yeah, so the sensor is here, and you first put this up, then you put the second one under it, then you have two plastic, let's say, I don't know how to call them. Actually, yeah, I lost all my English now on the Friday evening. So, and you fix it with this plastic parts. So accordingly, if you want to disassembly, you first remove these two plastic parts, then this is the bottom one, and then that one. So, and here is the result. The temperature sensor is there behind the drawer. When I open or close it, the sensor moves back and forth. I could secure it with the zip tie, for example here, but I haven't decided yet. The main thing is look at how neat it is now. I don't have any cold leakage here, no more wires, gaps, so cold air doesn't leak, and of course my wife is happy. Now all wiring mess is there behind the back wall, just there, so everything is extremely neat here, so like there is no temperature sensor at all. By the way, the graph I demonstrated earlier, this one, is actually recorded after I repaired the freezer and installed the sensor in the location you just have seen. So, and that's why, and I switched to Fahrenheit for the US users, for example. So, and you can see, so 0 is our goal, our aim. And when compressor stop or starts, we see changes in between -5 +5 Fahrenheit. Yeah. So I wanted to say that this peaks happens just in that location of the sensor. So I can relocate it, and probably in another place it will be different. Yeah. So yeah, but okay, you got the point. If not, just ask me in comments. That's all for now. I hope you will also find some modeling clay at the back of your freezer or fridge to discreetly run a tube for something fun, like secretly siphoning beer without anyone noticing. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly subscribe. It encourages sharing life hacks with others instead of keeping them to yourself.